Welcome, sports enthusiasts and tech visionaries. Today, we're not just talking about the scores or the stats. We're diving deep into the DNA of modern sports, exploring one of the most powerful and transformative partnerships of our time, the incredible, undeniable symbiosis between sports and media. Think about it for a second. How you watch sports today is radically different from how your parents did, and almost unrecognizable from your grandparents' era. The grainy black and white broadcast in the corner of the living room, the crackle of a radio announcer calling a distant game, those were the humble beginnings. Today, we live in a world of 4K streams on our phones, instant replays from a dozen angles, and a constant flood of analysis and debate on social media. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a revolution. The relationship between the games we love and the media that covers them has evolved from a simple broadcast into a complex, dynamic, and multi-billion-dollar ecosystem. Get ready, because we're about to explore how digital innovation, social platforms, and new technologies are not just covering sports, but are fundamentally and irreversibly changing the game itself. Let's rewind the clock. The very first televised sporting event is often credited to the 1936 Berlin Olympics, a monumental yet technologically primitive moment. Fast forward to 1939 in the US, where a college baseball game between Princeton and Columbia was broadcast to a handful of television sets in New York. For decades, this was the model, a one-way street. Broadcasters held all the power. They decided which games you saw, when you saw them, and who told you the story. The fan was a passive recipient. Then, in 1979, a seismic shift occurred, the launch of ESPN. Suddenly, sports weren't just a weekend affair. They became a constant narrative, a 24/7 sports cycle of highlights, news, and debate. It created a shared cultural space, a national campfire where fans could gather. The arrival of satellite television blew the doors wide open, turning regional passions into global phenomena. A fan in Tokyo could watch a Manchester United game live, and a fan in Buenos Aires could follow the NBA Finals with the same intensity as someone in Los Angeles. The world of sports was getting bigger, but the control was still largely in the hands of a few major networks. Then came the internet, and the rule book was thrown out the window. The late 90s and early 2000s saw the rise of sports websites like ESPN.com, and later disruptors like Bleacher Report. This was the first major power shift towards the fan. You no longer had to wait for the 11 o'clock news for scores. They were available instantly. You could read articles and analysis on demand. But the true game changer was social media. Twitter, in particular, transformed into the world's largest digital stadium. It became the second screen, a place where fans, journalists, and even players could react to the game in real time. An incredible play wasn't just a highlight anymore. It was a viral moment, a meme, a global conversation happening in seconds. Athletes, once only accessible through carefully managed press conferences, now had a direct, unfiltered channel to their audience. They could break their own news, share their own opinions, and build their own brands, bypassing the traditional media gatekeepers entirely. This era also gave birth to a powerful new force, fan-generated content. On platforms like YouTube, dedicated fans became creators, producing their own highlight reels, tactical analyses, and passionate commentaries, often attracting audiences that rivaled smaller media outlets. This brings us to today's landscape, a vibrant, chaotic, and incredibly exciting ecosystem. The single campfire has been replaced by a galaxy of personalized bonfires. A fan's experience is now fragmented across multiple platforms, yet deeply interconnected. You might watch the first half of a game on a major network, follow the second half on an OTT streaming service like DAZN or Peacock on your tablet, while simultaneously tracking your fantasy team on your phone and debating a referee's call on Twitter. This fragmentation has driven the value of live sports through the roof. In a world of on-demand everything, live games are one of the last things people watch as they happen. This has led to multi-billion-dollar rights deals that are now the financial bedrock of major leagues like the NFL and the Premier League. These aren't just broadcast deals anymore. They are complex partnerships spanning streaming, digital, and social rights. The media doesn't just cover the sport. In many ways, it funds it. So we've gone from a simple one-way broadcast to a multi-platform, interactive, and globally connected experience. But if this is where we are now, the real question is, where are we headed next? Because the evolution is accelerating, moving beyond just how we watch the game to how we fundamentally changing it. If the first phase of the revolution was about access, getting the game anytime, anywhere, the next frontier is about immersion and personalization. We are rapidly moving beyond the passive broadcast model into an era of active, participatory experiences. Technology is no longer just a lens through which we view the game. It's becoming woven into the very fabric of the stadium, the broadcast, and the fan experience itself. The goal is no longer to just show you the game, but to put you in it. This is where the true power of the Sports Media Tech Alliance comes to life, creating a future that is more personal, more interactive, and more data-rich than we could have ever imagined. The lines are blurring, and the possibilities are expanding at an exponential rate. From virtual reality to athlete-owned media empires, the changes on the horizon will redefine what it even means to be a fan. The first and most immediate shift is the hyper-personalization of content. For years, personalization meant choosing your favorite team on a sports app. Today, it's infinitely more granular. Imagine a broadcast tailored not just to your team, but to your specific interests. Are you a fantasy sports manager? Your screen populates with real-time stats and projections for the players on your roster. Are you a tactical nerd? You can switch to an all-22 camera angle to see the entire field of play with telestrator graphics you control. This is already happening. The NBA's League Pass allows fans to choose from various broadcast feeds, camera angles, and even influencer-led commentary. The driving force behind this is artificial intelligence. Powerful algorithms analyze your viewing habits to serve you the content you're most likely to engage with, creating AI-driven highlights that are clipped and distributed across social media moments after they happen on the field. It's like having a personal broadcast director in your pocket, curating a feed that is 100% for you. But why stop at a personalized 2D screen? The next giant leap is into fully immersive worlds through virtual and augmented reality. VR promises to transport you from your living room to the best seat in the house. Companies are developing experiences where you can put on a headset and feel like you're sitting courtside at a basketball game, hearing the squeak of the sneakers and the roar of the crowd in 360-degree sound and vision. You could even experience the game from a player's point of view. The potential is breathtaking. Augmented reality, on the other hand, seeks to enhance the world around you. Imagine being at a live game, holding up your phone or wearing AR glasses and seeing augmented reality overlays on the field. You could see a quarterback's passing options traced in light, a soccer player's running speed displayed above their head, or the trajectory of a perfect free kick. At home, this could mean holographic replays projected onto your coffee table. Of course, there are challenges. Widespread adoption requires affordable hardware, massive bandwidth, and ensuring these features enhance the experience rather than becoming a gimmick. But the destination is clear, a future where the digital and physical worlds of sport merge seamlessly. This revolution isn't just about how we consume sports, it's also about who creates the content. The balance of power has shifted dramatically towards the athletes themselves. They are no longer just performers on the field and subjects for interviews off it. They are becoming media moguls in their own right. This is the era of athlete-led media. Stars like LeBron James with his Uninterrupted platform or Tom Brady with Religion of Sports are building production companies that tell stories from their own perspective, controlling the narrative and creating high-quality content that rivals traditional outlets. On a more grassroots level, athletes across all sports are leveraging platforms like Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube to connect directly with fans, offering an authentic, behind-the-scenes look into their lives and training. This direct-to-fan model bypasses the old gatekeepers, builds incredible brand loyalty, and opens up entirely new revenue streams for the athletes. In many ways, traditional sports are now learning from the world of esports, which pioneered these models of player streaming, intense community interaction, and data-driven broadcasts. This fusion of personalized content, immersive technology, and athlete-driven media creates a future where the fan is placed at the absolute center of the universe, armed with unprecedented choice, control, and connection. The passive spectator is becoming an active participant. The line between watching the game and being a part of it is blurring into oblivion, creating a more dynamic, engaging, and powerful experience for everyone. How do you think sports will be consumed in 10 years? Subscribe for more insights, and we'll see you in the future.